Right. So I mean, when you hear me talk about tax compliance now, about e-invoicing specifically and all of these other things, you think that I've been reading about this or I've been studying this for the past 2 years or 5 years. But no, it's just been a couple of months. But I have done a lot of research. I've spoken to a lot of people. I've been around. It also helps that the company had proper documentation as to how this has worked in other places. So I've gone through that documentation specifically, read through all the different phases that are likely to happen with the e-invoicing rollout based on the experience that we've had in other countries. And now I'm able to speak to the context of not just what's going to happen now with the first phase in Nigeria, or what might also happen in the next, I think FRS has like 6 phases or 5, and what might likely happen in the next couple of phases as we go over the next year or 2, and how the FRS is thinking about it, or how they might be thinking about it. The FRS has also been very open about the direction. They've also sought a lot of help. They talk to us a lot about what they are trying to do and how that might be implemented on the technical side of things, and also what has happened elsewhere, what the consequences are likely to be, blah, 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 just to make sure that they are looking out for the taxpayers, and the implementation strategy is not so complicated for taxpayers to understand and adopt. So yeah, it's been encouraging all around. There's something about when you're working very hard, long hours, having long conversations with people and actually seeing results, and we're actually seeing things change in the landscape where we are working at. It's very encouraging, and it gives you a lot of like ginger. So yeah, it's been really great. It's been the people. I think that the willingness that everyone has to assist with whatever might help take the business forward, I think that's one of the things that I find very, very unique because I have worked in several startups, worked in at least 4 or 5 of them. I advise a lot of them. I also partnered with a number of them. And I know how people are when it comes to like working with other people in the house, especially technology teams. But I want to give a big shout out to our own technology team and the marketing team as well. It's been very helpful. They've stepped up every time that it's been required. Every time that we had to do a technical demo, or they had questions around how things would work, all those guys have been very, very helpful with providing support. Also, every time a client sends us like a long-ass technical questionnaire that we're supposed to fill out, people have been helpful with sorting those out. Not just the founders, everybody across the organization has been extremely helpful. So, yeah. It's the dedication that we bring, and also the customers that we close. Like I was just saying this morning that we were waiting on some agreements. 2 of them just came in this morning while we were preparing to have this conversation, which really made me happy because it means that we are making money. So it also means that, the fruit of our labor is good. We're seeing it in real time, and that is good. Every time a customer sends an agreement or signs an agreement, every time we have a contract, every time a customer goes live, I'm usually very proud of what we do, because it means that we're helping them, also helping the FRS, but also helping them to sort of clean up that whole landscape when it comes to taxation, and also essentially make sure that everyone's getting the best out of it. It means that we have done the work of letting them know that this is useful for you, and also getting them to now adopt the solution, and also follow the FRS statutes as well. Also means on the FRS side and regulator side that we have helped them to now achieve what they are trying to achieve in one small way, one company after another, that kind of thing. So it makes me really excited and proud. We keep ourselves motivated by making sure that we're getting things done and that we have proper work-life balance. And my guys, even though they work remotely, we meet once a month just to sort of work from the same space and see each other's faces and stuff like that, and basically just build that rapport that allows you to not feel like, even though you're working remotely, you're not isolated. There's a lot of other people who are working together with you and lifting the load from different points, just to make sure that it's easy for everybody to carry. So generally my style is just to lead from the front, but also from second chair, allow people to take responsibility for things, allow them to also make decisions within their space. My job is to facilitate people to do what they do. There are words and there's levels at which I can't do things better than other people, even though they are my subordinates, right? So I allow them to take responsibility for things that are within their domain. Tell me what you need. I'm happy to clear the path in front of you to make sure that you have exactly what you need to be able to execute excellently. So yeah, that's my style. It's not common. I hate micromanagement. I really do. And whether it is being done to me or whether it's being done to other people, whether I'm doing, I never do it. If I give people, my style is to throw you in the deep end, right? And you have to swim. And if you don't swim, we'll have a problem. But I throw you in the place where the fire is hottest, and you have to adapt. And by the time you swim and you come out of it, you have become a better professional. You have gone just one step higher than where you used to be, because now you know that you can actually do hard stuff. So that's my style, and it's what has worked for me so far. At DigiTax, we help companies be tax compliant, specifically for FRS. They have decided that every time you generate an invoice, they want to see that invoice being sent to their platform. So they've built something called the Merchant Buyer Solution, and they have licensed providers like myself and a bunch of other people who are not as good as I am to connect to that platform. They are mandated us to go and connect businesses on that other side through our platform to the MBS platform as well. We are the best at this on the continent. That is our focus, that's our niche. We don't do anything else. What we do is strictly e-invoicing. There's about 1,000 companies that we currently work with right now. Over the past 3 years or so, we've enabled them to process over $10 billion in sales invoices. Nobody else can say that. They can say other things in other spaces. They can't say that in e-invoicing. At some point, all businesses will be required to connect, but for now, the first phase of the rollout is speaking to companies that are doing 5 billion naira and above in total turnover every year. And those companies are the ones that we're currently engaging. So if you're a CFO or CEO and you're watching this, you need to be speaking to me before the FRS begins enforcement. We're happy to demo our product for you and also speak to your team and essentially map out ways through which we can help you solve this particular problem. It doesn't matter what ERP you are using. Our product is their APIs, their RESTful APIs. They can connect with whatever ERPs are. It doesn't matter what ERP it is, as long as it has the ability to connect to APIs and has the ability to connect to the internet, we are able to make it work for you.
Let's shift gear by states. You're stuck in traffic in Lagos. Do you have music on or off?
I have music on, definitely. I'm listening to Olumide in terms of the contemporary guys. I'm listening to Olumide, I'm listening to Reminisce, I'm listening to Davido. But really, the kind of music that I'm listening to is high life. It is what we call Tungba music in my language. Maybe gospel, maybe not so gospel. I'm listening to Ima Oh My God, I'm listening to Abiodun Suzy, I'm listening to Fujicologists, I'm listening to SB Live, I'm listening to a bunch of these guys who do really good live music. In my head somewhere, I'm a musician. Actually, I used to play the talking drum and the drum set, and I play a bit of the bass guitar as well. Also learning to play the piano very well. So yeah, I'm listening to live music. That's my jam, and also a little bit of pop music as well, like I mentioned. And also a little bit of jazz, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I'm listening to if I'm in traffic. It's usually live music, don't worry. It's usually like juju or high life or something like that. Yeah. So first of all, thank you very much to everyone who's listened to us talk, who's heard us pitch, who's listened to us talk about the product that we have and how we can help them be tax compliant. We do not take the time that you take to spend on calls with us for granted. We are taking all meetings right now. Our team is also expanding rapidly. There's people on standby to solve whatever challenges that you're having from a technical perspective when it comes to invoicing as well, and also from a non-technical perspective. So please talk to us. We can answer all your questions when it comes to invoicing. Ask us whatever question you might have. The ones that I don't have answers to, I'll reach out to the FRS folks who are constantly very responsive to tell us how we should move, and then I'll come back to you to say this is what they said. So please reach out. I'm happy to answer. You have my email address is public pretty much. It's olumide.akinsola@namiri.tech. My phone number is also pretty much public at this point. And also, please reach out. Let's schedule a call. Let's see how we can help you set up to be in invoicing compliance. Thank you.